Welcome back to Dark Nights, as we listen to an alarm clock. Immediately, I sit up and get out of bed. My body hurts. Where did I get these bruises from? Whatever, I need to hurry. I prepare myself for school and run off with a piece of toast in my mouth. I only breathe easy after I reach my classroom on time. Why would you... Wait, my record will stay clean. I've never been late to class. It feels like I forgot something. My memories of yesterday are fuzzy at first, but they slowly come into focus the more I concentrate. You were hunted down by a Shinigami, and probably something else. I realize that it's not from a dream. The bruises and scratches on my body confirm that I fell from the sky into the lake and slept in a cave. Did Zaken carry me home? I don't remember anything after I fell asleep. Well, he knows where he lives, so... I was in the lake again. Oh right, I was kidnapped. Chain didn't prevent anything from happening. What was he doing last night? Speaking of Chain, I haven't seen him all morning. Miyoko, are you okay? I'm fine. What's with the worried expression? I heard one of our patrols went missing in your area last night. I was worried something might have happened to you too. Well, Miyoko, are you alright? Luigi told me the news and I was worried. You arrived later than usual, I thought. No worries. I'm totally alive and kicking, you see? Ow, my arm. Your arm? Yeah, I just bumped into something and bruised it. My poor little girl. It's a bad excuse. I'm actually surprised my friends believe me. Rukia hugs me while Aoji pats my back. I appreciate their concern for me, but sometimes they can overdo it. I want to tell them about my failed kidnappings, but they're already fussing so much. Besides, being carried by a winged guy sounds crazy. I'm not sure if they'll believe me. Really? You saw that yesterday? Yeah, it was a giant crow flying really low. Giant crow? You must have been drunk, girl. More importantly, why were you out that late? I just came back from a party. Can I have some fun once in a while? I catch the conversation of two classmates behind me. Though the details are vague, I have a feeling it's something about the Shinigami who kidnapped me last night. Although, was it really a Shinigami? I don't remember his face, but I do remember the giant wings on his back. Creatures like Tengu have wings too. He could be the one behind those kidnappings. Ugh. I missed the chance to identify him. That's probably for the best. I think I know who it is though. Where's your scary guardian? Do you mean Chain? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen him today. Say Luigi. Was Chain the investigator who went missing? I've not been told who, but I'm sure it was someone investigating your area. Chain told me he kept an eye on multiple residents. He might have been the only one guarding the neighborhood. I can't imagine something happening to him. After class I wait for Chain, but he doesn't show up. I decide to walk home alone. It's not like I miss Chain. Makes no difference whether he's here or not. He's always been quiet. Wherever he is though, I hope he's alright. Make it home late in the afternoon. My thoughts go to the Shinigami from last night. Since he failed to take me once, he might try again. I know that the villagers are taken by random. I can't believe my turn is so soon. I have to be more careful. I don't have Chain to rely on now. Death God or not, I'm not gonna let myself get kidnapped. If he shows up again, I'm gonna be prepared with a surprise of my own. I try to gather any information about tools that can fend off demons or Shinigami. Though, I previously disregarded their existence. I have no choice but to believe in them after witnessing one firsthand. I fished in my mom's old jewelry box and find a necklace with a polished jade pendant. This stone is known for warding off evil spirits. Shinigami, I won't let you take me again. I don't think that's how it works. Nothing happens for the next 2 hours. I usually fall asleep quickly, but the thought of being kidnapped is all I need to stay awake. Zaken said the Shinigami would come again. Maybe he was wrong. I should just go to sleep. At that moment, my blanket is slowly pulled aside. The second I feel a hand touching my arm, I sit up and brandish my makeshift talisman for protection. A blond guy stands near my bed, his eyes gleaming back at me with the dark mischief of a cat with its prey already in its claws. When did he come in? His physique matches what I remember from the shadow I saw. Yeah, it's Kaichi. Ah, Miyoko. You went to the trouble of preparing for me, I'm flattered. Who are you? Why are you here? I'm a demon, but you can just call me Kaichi. You're a Shinigami, right? I don't think my time's come just yet. You're a special one. Keep your sweet lines, they won't work on me. You should be honored that I came here to take your soul personally. Not everyone gets this chance. I had to do my business with you somewhere else last night because someone was watching, but today we're alone. Lucky you, right? So, you're the one responsible for all those missing people? All those missing people? I only took one a few days ago. Kaichi shrugs and crosses his arms. I'm the only Shinigami in the village. No one else should be intervening with my job. If what Kaichi says is true, that could only mean there's more than one culprit. This complicates the murders and disappearances. I'm not familiar with your job, but don't touch the villagers. They're innocent, so don't randomly take them to hell. Kaichi chuckles at my request and steps closer. Adorable. I'm almost tempted to listen. He lowers his voice into a honeyed murmur, even as his eyes start to glow red. When he tries to make a move, I swing my arm to hit him. He catches me by the wrist, keeping me in place as he leans towards me. With him so close, I realize just how tall he is. If you behave, I'll try to be gentle. At that point, I just kick him. It doesn't change the fact you're doing something against my will. I raise my leg to kick him, but he deflects the attack with a swat from his free hand. It's for your own good. What have I done wrong? It's not about doing wrong. Death comes for everyone. Just believe me when I say this is better than the many alternatives in store for you. I value my life. Give up on convincing me. His hand tightens painfully on my wrist as he leans close enough for me to feel his breath. Achievement. Unintentional seduction. Kaichi glances down at my bust with a raised brow, amused. Are you trying to ward me off, or... Seeing that it has no effect, I feel really embarrassed. At that moment, the door of my room bangs open and someone rushes inside. Hey, it's Jane. I could not even turn my head before a gunshot shatters the air. Kaichi Mina lets me go and steps back, a dark hole in his arm. Oddly, he's not bleeding. Shane stands between us before either of us can react. Shane, wait. Questions later. Ah, the bodyguard is back. Kaichi's shoulders shake with a silent laughter. I'll come back some other time. I don't feel like dealing with you now. Shane launches another shot, but within a second, Kaichi vanishes in black smoke, leaving no trace behind. Coward, running away without a fight. Shane lets out a disappointed sigh, hiding his gun under his jacket. What's wrong with you? You fired him when I was only an inch away. I could have easily been hurt or worse. So much for being grateful. How'd you manage to get in? Window trick. Probably learned it from Corrado. No need. As typical of his cold self, he does not pay further attention to me as he turns around to leave. Where were you today? I didn't see you on patrol. When I heard an investigator gone missing, I got word about you. Shane stops at the door and looks over his shoulder. That's my partner. He went missing a few days ago. No one else noticed. When I found him unconscious, I knew something had knocked him out for a reason. Looks like the reason was you. Someone else will be appointed to this area. I have business elsewhere. After that brief explanation, he turns his back to me and leaves. They'd gotten too close for comfort. With Shane's devil-may-care attitude, and his partner getting knocked out like Kaichi, I realized I need to try harder to protect myself. Tragic. A week passes by. Like Shane had said, a new investigator decided to guard my neighborhood. He does not do much other than pretend to be a random passerby. Shane wasn't good at hiding his presence, but his replacement's even worse than him at it. Nothing's happened in my neighborhood for the past week, but people are still going missing in other parts of the village. Fortunately, Kaichi hasn't bothered me since that night. Despite that, I find it hard to fall asleep at night. I should probably go to the forest. I mean, I wasn't myself able to tell he was a Shinigami right away. Have they met before? While deep in thought, I accidentally bump into someone. Hey, it's Kaichi. Ah, sorry, I didn't see you. Wait, you look familiar. The boy looks surprised for a second, but then averts his gaze. Quickly, the boy moves on without looking back. I can't let this go. My gut feeling tells me to follow him. Hey, what is an elementary school kid doing here? Don't say that to an elite class student. Look at his uniform. An elite class? The rumors don't match his appearance, but he looks cute. Aw, he went back to his classroom. I can't enter that room without an excuse. I'll catch him later, though. During lunch break, I overhear an interesting conversation. Did you see that advertisement about expelling demons? I heard the pay is great, so I'm gonna apply for that. Do you have any experience? My family owns a shrine and I'm familiar with rituals and spells. It should be a piece of cake for me. Watch me save this village. What if the demon isn't behind those missing people? While chewing on a piece of bread, I glance at the two nearby students. The police haven't found any clues in weeks. This has to be the work of a demon. Nobody's ever seen it. What would make you so special? But I saw something strange moving through the forest yesterday. It had huge horns and made loud noises. Are you sure it wasn't a deer or something? You're making me sound like a fool. Unless you have proof, I can't help it. My classmates are too focused on rumors. My theory is that someone is using the rumors as a cover. Ah, Miyako. There you are. Kuya, where's Ryoji? Ryoji is busy with his president duties. I don't think he'll be joining us for lunch. I see, that's fine. Yeah, pretty much. Yukiya glances at the two classmates who are discussing the rumors. They're still talking about the forest demon. I know, right? They shifted all the blame on it. What if it decided to leave the forest and became a village demon? I'd rather not. I don't have a black cat to save my life. You should join Ryoji's group as a detective. We'll have every possibility fleshed out. I don't think he wants to help. After all, he only asked you to keep an eye on suspicious people. Are you jealous? I still can't believe in the village demon, Muraoni. I literally got a bad ending because I didn't talk to a cat. That still bothers me. Of course not. Right. It's better for you to stay safe. If you ever find someone suspicious, inform Ryoji or me. I have a feeling I'd be better off talking to Chain. Okay. After school, I head straight home. I happen to bump into a familiar face. Someone I haven't seen for a week. Hi, Chain. How are the investigations going? I'm not taking applications for a new partner. I was just curious. I want to thank you again for the day you saved me from the Shinigami. Just doing my job. Are there more of them in the village? Before I can even ask, Chain answers my unspoken question. There was a demon hidden in the forest, but I have not yet located them. Then those missing tourists really were taken by the demon? I don't think that case is worth looking into anymore. What do you mean? A civilian like you will find nothing. Anyway, aside from the demon, there are more otherworldly beings hiding among the villagers. My advice? Don't interact with them. Even if they appear friendly, you'll soon find yourself trapped in their plot. I can't even tell those who are different from humans. Trust your gut feeling. Are they responsible for what's been happening? Some are. Some others aren't. I don't recommend trusting a single one of them. I must ask why he hates them so much, but he probably doesn't want to talk about his personal life. You know, they probably killed Corrado, unless I run into that bunny again. I'm hoping to find Zaken again so we can talk, though I don't know where to start looking. He saved me at the lake twice, but I don't want to jump in the lake just for the sake of summoning him. If he's in the forest, he must have somewhere to stay. I want to figure out why Zaken freely is walking around the forest, even if he is a priest. I followed the path we took during our field trip. The environment looks peaceful like usual. The sound of chirping birds surrounds me and I even catch a sight of Fawn. I don't see anything unusual. I hear voices nearby. When I turn to look, I catch a glimpse of Crimson Hair. Hey Zaken, what's he doing? Sir, are you sure that you saw this man near the waterfall? That's what I've been telling you. Not wasting time on this man. He's just trying to talk his way out. It is my brother we're talking about. This man might know what happened to him. Act professional. We're on duty to keep people away from the forest. You can't actually stop people from entering the forest. You have to shut down the rumors first. I don't need you telling me how to do my job. I can't believe that my brother disappeared. There must be another lead. I told you, the spirits took him away. I'm done with this nonsense. Let's arrest him for trespassing. Wait. When Zakin is about to walk away, they shift their attention. The woman wants to go after Zakin, but the man wants to let him off. Ultimately, they leave him alone. I follow Zakin until he stops at a small clearing, then duck into some bushes and watch him closely. He crouches down and starts to bury something. Once he's finished, he wipes his forehead and hurries off. Unmistakably, a human arm is attached to the rest of the body that's slowly revealed. Why was Zakin burying him? Don't tell me he... No, I shouldn't jump to conclusions. I return to the village, heading for the police office. It starts to rain when I arrive. No, you're kidding me. The office is closed already? Closed early today to a lack of available staff for investigations. We apologize for this inconvenience. Call this number. Man, that's some really bad coincidence. Zakin knew about those missing people, but he kept quiet. Wait, maybe he's killing the zombies. Because there are zombies. Many thoughts cross my mind, but I can't think of an explanation. Chapter 2. Hiding. Oh. That's a different name from the other one. I called Liuji the next day to ask why the police office was closed early. He explains that they sent most of the officers out for an investigation. Should I report the corpse I found? Well, clearly we need to see which one gives us the ding. Hey, Liuji. Yesterday, I found a corpse in the forest. What? A corpse whose? I think it was the missing man from the news. Hitoshi Kuro? Oh my. Are you okay? How'd you know it was him? I hope you're not traumatized. I only saw part of the body, but I remember seeing the bright yellow shirt on TV. Don't worry, Liuji. I was more surprised than scared. What are you doing in the forest anyway, Miyoko? I lost my phone there. Well, obviously I found it again, or I wouldn't be calling you right now. That's so careless of you. Why do you think we sent out personal guards? I think it's better to stay away from the forest for now. I know, sorry. I'll tell my bad I got an anonymous tip, otherwise they might question you further. Thanks, good luck with the investigation. Keep me informed if you discover anything else. Sure. See you at the library. What I saw yesterday still bothers me. I shouldn't jump to conclusions yet, but it seems obvious that Zakin hid the corpse. Why would he bury a body instead of telling the police? Is it some weird priest tradition, or... But if he is a murderer, why does he keep saving me? The whole village is abuzz, yet you're here with a bored expression. What's up with that, Miyoko? My eyes are already glazing over from my textbook, so Liuji is a welcome distraction. In reply, I say... Something's on my mind, but I don't think anyone listened to me. Tell me, you got my full attention. I have a few theories about possible suspects, but I need to find more evidence. Care to share? Well, I need more proof before I start accusing people randomly, but I'll let you know when I've done more research. I see. Any information about the murderers is appreciated. By the way, those missing people turned up. Most were found already dead. How'd they end up in the forest? I don't know, but they're sure to find out soon. Now that bodies have been discovered, it's only a matter of time before they uncover enough clues to reveal the perpetrator. I had a gut feeling the forest had something to do with the cases. I can handle it. He usually takes a seat next to me. Pulling some homework from his book bag, I return my book, noticing an interesting passage. There's an abandoned temple somewhere close to the village. I've never heard of it before, but maybe I can find out more about the demon. This book doesn't go into much detail. I should do more research about the temple. Hey, Liuji, do you know something about a temple in this village? Which one? Oh, I know of one. Most members of the Occult Club are part of the Night Temple. She joins us and sits down on the seat to the left. I never heard about that one. It's the one that's only used for festivals, near the park. You do not need to break into a temple, especially at night. especially if a temple's hosted once every 5 years. Especially because of, Higurashi when they cry? Yeah, don't trespass on temples. You might get cursed. Anyway, look at the abandoned temple in this book. The Demon's House? Ancient villagers used to bring offerings there. Nobody talks about that place nowadays. I almost forgot about it. Let me think. So, you're saying the villagers used to try and calm the demon by bringing offerings. That sounds like centuries ago. Yeah, most people stopped having faith in superstitions, although recent events have some believing in demons again. I'm curious about this temple. You guys want to explore with me? I don't think you're discovering anything interesting there. Miyoko, you're up to something again. I've never seen the Demon's House or any village maps, so it might be hard to find. Don't look at me. I don't know where it's at either. Him? I might get a point to avoid knowing where creepy places are. I'm a bit disappointed. I appreciate Ryoji's warning, but I'm worried about Zeiken. After the class is over, I try my luck at the forest one more time. When I arrived, the trail is sealed off with police tape. A couple investigators stand nearby chatting and pointing at the bushes. This is the second victim this week. How careless of them to leave a body half buried. Either they're becoming sloppy or trying to confuse us. By the way, have you heard of those exorcism rumors? What made you believe in ghosts? That's phooey. I don't think it'll accomplish anything. Things have gotten strange enough that I think we should ask a priest to assist us in our investigation. Skeptical as always. Even if there's no real demon, these actions are demonic enough. Officers abruptly stop talking when they notice me. So many people around, there's no way I can sneak in. If I try and they catch me, I'll get in trouble. Disappointed, I return home. As I walk down the street, I see someone familiar heading the other way. Hold on, is that Shane? After a few minutes, I see him stop in front of a fancy-looking house. He takes out a bunch of keys from his pocket and unlocks the door. It takes me a moment to realize he lives there. What? His home is just one street further from mine. I never realized he lived so close to me. If I ever get into trouble, I know where to go. It is late, but I need to study for my history exam. Even though I score decently in other subjects, I can't get around history. Mr. Banchette must be punishing me with difficult questions because I often fall asleep during his class. I feel tired. Should I keep studying? You know, you should probably keep studying since you're ignoring the class. Tired or not, I will study to get a good mark. Let's see. This chapter is about myths. I'm gonna ace this test. Let's see here. The offering ritual is held on a seasonal basis. Traditionally, the event was hosted within the Guardian's Temple. The villagers brought various kinds of offerings, ranging from dumplings, clothes, villagers, demon, forest, villagers, sleeps. I feel dirt under my bare feet, slowly sucking me down. A crimson-haired man stands over me. I realize with dread that I hear him shoveling. No, don't. I'm still alive. I open my eyes and stare at the ceiling. My hands are clutching my sheets. It was a nightmare, right? He wouldn't, really? I'm probably thinking too much. Oh, Miyoko, did he have a bad dream? Upon hearing a deep voice talk to me, I jolt out of bed and immediately stand up in a defensive position, turning my head to the sound. I clearly heard a voice, but nobody's around. It's been a while. Kaichi materializes from the darkness, his eyes gleaming in the dim moonlight. Did he miss me? Maybe even dreaming of me. His lips form a twisted smile and his eyes glow red. Oh no. I have no intentions of bantering with him. I rush out of my room, knowing I cannot defeat him alone. Only one person can help me. Chain. You should run into the forest. I seize my jacket and umbrella on my way out. I grind to a halt when I reach my front door. Panic rises in me as I frantically start undoing the locks. I never met someone so stubborn it's enticing. I scream and Kaichi appears out of nowhere. Again with the screaming? Who do you think can hear you? I spin around and dash for the back door, slamming it behind me as I rush outside. Fearfully, I keep checking over my shoulder, but Kaichi's nowhere to be seen. I collapse against the door of the fancy house. Please open. I almost fall forward when the door finally opens, and I'm overcome with relief to see the familiar gas mask. Shane stares down at me with half-lidded eyes. I can't tell if he's sleepy or annoyed about the ruckus. I need your help. He's going to kill me. As soon as the words leave my mouth, Shane pulls me in. I did want his help, but never expected him to let me in his house. I take deep breaths, trying to calm down and observe my surroundings. Shane stands before me wearing a blank expression. Belatedly, I realize he's wearing less clothes than usual. I'm sorry for waking you. I didn't know where else to go. The Shinigami was chasing me. You're the only person I could rely on. You saved me once before. I'm not guarding you anymore, I told you that. I'm sure he'd kick me out, but instead he pulls away, rolling his eyes. Do whatever you want. Think. Shane walks away, dropping himself on the couch. Despite his indifference, I'm thankful I'm not on his bad side. For all his creepiness, his house is surprisingly normal. I notice numerous tattoos and scars lining his body. From his muscle, can tell he keeps himself active. I shouldn't stare too much. Is he planning to sleep there? He might catch a cold. I'm gonna grab a blanket. Where can I find one? There's a cabinet in the room at the end of the hall. Don't go anywhere else. Is it okay if I borrow this? Yes. Since he doesn't kick me out, I follow his example and take a seat on an adjacent sofa. I thought he must be scared. Is there anything I can do to scare the Shinigami? I'll hit him tomorrow. Good night, Shane. He has shown that he doesn't mind hurting me when I'm close to Kaichi. I glance at Shane, who's still awake. He's counting something on his fingers. I'm intrigued by what he's thinking. He cracks his wrist before letting out a sigh. Finally, he closes his eyes. I kept my watch on him until my eyelids start to feel heavy. Next day. When I wake up, Shane's nowhere to be found. Today's Saturday. I'm off from school. Being chased in the middle of the night must have shocked me numb. I can't hardly believe I slept so deeply. Hope Kaichi hasn't been lingering around my house all night. In any case, I'll report the incident to the police. I know I told Shane I'd leave in the morning, but curiosity compels me to stay. Don't snoop through someone's belongings, that's mean. Find documents for research. Shane probably takes his work home. This is my chance to find out what the investigators are up to. If I were him, where would I keep important documents? The corkboard hangs above the desk. Various news articles and dossiers are pinned to it, alongside some photos of people who reported missing. 3 a.m. Shinigami K moves to East District, target unknown. Last sight, 4:20 a.m. Demon X inside at 36, 138. Needs revision. Apparently keeps a GPS on hand. I guess a fair guess that Shinigami K is Kaichi. Who could Demon X be? Leaning against the desk, I flip through the notebook, which is full of notes on all the creatures he's encountered. I do not notice a small necklace dropping on the floor. A dark cross. I got one at home too. I put it back carefully, not wanting to make more of a mess. School Ghost, 1, uncrossed. Zombie 30, marked. Angel, 1. The list goes on even to the next page. I freeze when I reach the last, presuming most recent target on the list. Villagers, 10, crossed out. What's with the notebook? Villagers are his targets too? Don't be so curious. You're back. I never left. My duties are at night. I quickly place the notebook back on his desk as he approaches. What'd you find? Just some reports and stuff. I'm surprised you have notes on otherworldly beings. It's not a secret. I'm an investigator and a hunter. The reason this village has been so peaceful is because I have been hunting down those creatures. Lately, their numbers have increased. If that wasn't bad enough, my partner also went missing. Does that mean those murders and kidnappings are not done by humans? Remember the Shinigami at your place? He's caused some of those incidents. So you plan to kill him like you did the others? He also takes the notebook and drops into a lower drawer, locking it with a key which he tucks away somewhere. I saw you wrote villagers on your death note. Those were accidents. I had no choice. I just thought to record them regardless. So many casualties with people. I'm surprised you're not fired from your job. Those aren't related to my job as an investigator, so I never reported them. 10 innocent people were killed by his hands, and all he has to say about it is not having a choice. Since he has to work on his own, I assume the police don't know either. How far has Shane gone into his supernatural pursuits? If you ever get my remember, I won't hesitate to do the same to you. He's always been cold, but now I can barely see he has a heart at all. Shane glances at me expectantly, probably hoping that was the last of my questions. Never mind him. I'll get even more confused trying to understand his situation. I should do more research on those creatures. Shane says they are responsible for the recent events. I should go before I get in your way. Thank you for everything so far. He only turns his back to me and says nothing. Shane's notebook mentions the forest demon, but I didn't find any description about its appearance. At the library has more details. Yeah, his partner was Karada. Just as I begin to drown in my own thoughts, I suddenly catch sight of a familiar face. It's that boy from the elite class. He casually leans against the wall, flipping through a book. After a moment, he looks up from his reading with a disappointed glare. He shoves his book into a nearby shelf before reaching up for another one. I take a book from the top shelf and hand it over to him. Is this the one you wanted? The boy looks at me as though I'm offering him poison, but takes the book. Remember me? We bumped into each other at school a while ago. I'm Miyako. What can I call you? The boy quirks a brow, sarcastic as annoyed, before looking away and flat out ignoring my question. That kid. Want me to put it back? Ignoring me again, he stands on his tiptoes as he tries to grab another book. It is impossible for him to get there, yet he keeps trying. I'd help him again, but he'd probably reject it this time. You know, you can always ask for help. In the end, he goes to grab a chair while glaring daggers at me. What does he have to prove? Kaichi. His sudden voice almost startles me. Did you say Kaichi? He's older, but I suppose he does look like you. I know that. The truth is, I am that Shinigami. He can't be serious. Yep, same person, no joke. His body's trapped within time. I only look like this during the day. At night, I go back to my normal form. Long story short, I'm cursed. Trying to find a solution in the library. A success so far, as you can see. I don't get it. Why are you telling me this? So you won't ask more questions and I won't need to hear your voice. Besides, you'd find out sooner or later. Telling you now doesn't make a difference. Don't worry, I'm not interested in taking you. For now. Taking you is like catching fish with bare hands, always slipping through my grasp. None of my targets have escaped past the second try. You're clinging onto life so tightly it's almost pitiful to take it. The story sounds strange coming from this little boy, but I don't see any reason not to believe him. Part of him feels familiar, reminiscent about his adult form. So, why are you kidnapping people? Are you the one behind those deaths? Kaichi? Jeez, I heard it the first time you dunce. What makes you think it's appropriate to ask such questions in public? But, you're not gonna shut up, are you? I might as well explain later. Standing up, I grab his arms and pull him to his feet. Kaichi drops the book he's holding when I take his hand. Are you serious? Can't even wait a half a second before dragging me off? Now we're alone. You can keep your voice low, now tell me about it. Not like I was doing anything important anyway, alright then. Do you know about the legend of the forest demon? Of course, everyone knows. In the legend, the demon cursed a few villagers. The part is true. The curse is passed from generation to generation, and I'm collecting the currently cursed souls before the cycle can continue. So you're killing the villagers? Sort of, but it's for their own good. Thinking about it, why are they after me? Well, you're one of the cursed ones, yes. The last of a few. Tell me, what kind of curse is it? It attracts supernatural creatures to the victim. The hungry kind. Many of those who survive go insane. The only one haunting me is you. Stop with the soul-stealing nonsense and leave me and the villagers alone. You have no idea how much trouble it is to pinpoint my target. Besides, collecting souls is my job. I can't stop just because you ask me to. Hey, I haven't been here that long. I don't have a built-in radar. I'm right here in front of you with no guards around. Why don't you take the chance? I already explained why. Drop the bluff. You can't do anything in your daytime form, can you? You better not provoke me. Oh, mighty Shinigami, I'm so scared. Please don't take my soul. Ugh, telling you is a bad idea. Oh yeah? Let's see who gets it who first. You look so adorable. I almost feel bad about you getting hurt the other night. Please, I don't want to hear that line, especially from you. If everything he says is true, then the murders were not his doing. You know, even if I can't stop you, Chainwell, I have to deal with him eventually. Anyway, he's yet another cursed human. Although, he's really annoying to deal with, so I'm letting him off the hook for right now. You're on his death list, be careful. He isn't your typical investigator. Why are you telling me this? You're not the bad guy I thought you were, but I'm still against the idea of you taking souls. Expect me to haunt you during the day if you do that again. Can you imagine what the world would be like if no one died? Would you prefer to live a life haunted by creatures, or start over with a clean slate? Like I said, the only one bothering me is you. You just offer to help people instead of being a pest. Besides Mr. Gasmask, is there anyone else cursed? Maybe. I haven't found all of them yet. I don't know. After all, you don't ask about the nature of your dish, you just eat it. The encounter with Zaken comes to mind. By the way, do you know anything about the Forest Demon? No, don't lie. The first time you kidnapped me, you were nearly shot down by him. I don't know. I tackle him on the ground, moving on top of him, staying quiet. He tries to fend me off. This is how I felt when you kidnapped me. Not very nice, huh? Now spill it. What a forceful person you are. Well, there's not much I can tell anyway. I'm not really in good terms with the Forest Demon. They're the ones who keep seeking out conflict. You should ask them, not me. And we'll leave things off here because she's being aggressive. I hope you've all enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like button, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, demons like this, that's not how that works. As always, goodbye.